good on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchdown. Back, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Check.
Throwing is Wilson. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards, the final tally. To throw is Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Give the sack to David Onyemata, the product of Nigeria by way of Canada.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
This throw complete, Wilson finding Lockett. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down. Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd. From the gun, it's Wilson. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
It's caught, Lockett, and he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Personally, for him, a great opening drive. He had 3 catches, including the touchdown.
That felt like tremendous scouting, great film watching, and creating a game plan to start this off, not only to get him involved, but to send a message to the defense. You have a lot to handle in this one.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
Back to the air on second down. It's Breeze. He's got his all-pro receiver, Michael Thomas. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. A big play. Breeze finding Thomas. 54 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
Breeze here finding Kamara. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
95-56, 95-56.
Try to pound it in. Kamara taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. 2nd down and goal. Breeze nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jaron Reed muscles his way in for the sack. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end.
No matter what happens, they can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that, give him clean lanes to throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
Got a man open. It's Thomas. It's a touchdown for New Orleans. Michael Thomas, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Saints have taken the lead. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Wilson throwing again. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The sack coming from defensive end Cameron Jordan.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. A gain of 3, second down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Now Breeze finding Kamara. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that's going to bring up a third down. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports.
Ready, 5-8, 5-8. 50. You get rock me. You get rock me. You get rock me. 14.
From the gun on third down, Breeze. And that will be incomplete. Quandre Diggs there defensively.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
Now it's Lockett. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And it'll be Seahawk football as they take over deep in their own territory. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Let's go double count right here. Double count. Check, check. Fresno, Fresno, Fresno. 12, 12.
Here's Wilson to throw. He lets it fly for Lockett. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down.
Fans do love the long ball, don't they? And he already found his guy once. Tried to give him another chance there, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Couldn't connect, but as you alluded to, he does have that touchdown from earlier, trying to keep him in the rhythm. Now it's Wilson. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Short throw, pick six right there, those linebackers. They love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Lutz with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
Go! Let's go!
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Back to the air, Wilson after the pick six. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Cameron Jordan picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game.
Hey, check Mike 39. Check Mike 39. In your face.
Throwing on second and long. Wilson, he'll rifle this one deep right. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line.
At their own 47-yard line.
Ready.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and...
That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, New Orleans. Ted Ginn, his second touchdown on the season. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Wilson after the play fake to Carson. Being chased out left. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
The 2nd down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
Now it's Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Sheldon Rankins abruptly ends that play with a sack. That's number 4, sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. 12 yards on the return that time. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
Kill.
They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It'll be a Saints 1st down on a pickup of 13. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Running with Kamara. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. All told, it's an even 30 and a 1st down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Now it's Kamara in the passing game. They'll give him a yard on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join, who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. A really good pickup of 28 yards. From the gun, it's Breeze. This is caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. That's good for a gain of 6, second and goal.
At the Seahawks 1-yard line.
They come out here in the I. Second and goal from the 1. They'll run. Here's Burton, the fullback. And I think they stopped him again. They did at the 1-yard line. Call it no gain that time, and now it's third. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. And can you believe it? He misses another one, his 3rd so far. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
It's complete to Lockett. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
I'll go special. I'll go special. Check nickel. Gotta go, in and out. Let's go.
Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. Actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Now he'll pull it down. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
Back.
3rd and 2. Now Wilson. He'll find Metcalf. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. DK Metcalf, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks are able to close the gap just a bit. So now a 2-point conversion attempt coming for Wilson and the Seahawks.
54's Mike. Check. Watch 54.
From the shotgun, Wilson. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You've got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
Pretty solid run here on 1st down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
Well, this is caught by Ginn. 27 yards there, a first down. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a perfect.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Now the Saints will use their third and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Now Breeze. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. So on third down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. And this is going to wind up left. Well struck, but it's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
He lets it fly for Lockett. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Janoris Jenkins. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Now Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. A gain of 6 there on first.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he get a good head of steam going.
To throw again on second down. Wilson, he lets it fly for Lockett. It's caught at the 10. It's a big play there for Seattle. 59 yards. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Wilson from the gun, he'll throw. And they've got the hook up. This is Olsen. A gain of 6 there on first.
14.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 4-yard line.
Throwing again on second down. Wilson eluding the pressure right. He'll try and run it. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
It's been a long day for you. Reload.
On 3rd down. It's Carson, and he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Chris Carson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit. They go for just 1 here as it's up and good. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
21. Check.
Now Breeze. Got a man. He finds Sanders. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On the counter, here's Kamara. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
From the 36, Breeze out of the backfield. That's complete to Kamara. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. That one, a first down pickup of 8. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
On the ground, Kamara. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. On 1st and 10, here's Breeze. He'll air it out deep. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. A big play. Breeze finding Thomas. And even 40 yards.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk-reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got to stay.
Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter, went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
On first down, Wilson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Wilson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And a good job defensively. They stopped him short of the first at the 32.
A 4-yard gain. It's 4th down.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Mike's 56. Mike's 56. Check. 49. Check 49. Check 49. Good job right there. You got tight.
The Seahawks will go for it. It's Wilson. And this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
0-2. Hey, exit. Easy.
Breeze now to throw. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. The Saints on 3rd down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Off the play fake to Kamara. It's Breeze. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36.
But that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast and a big sack. And he's going to miss this one. That is no good. Well outside the left upright. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the 4th quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
My God, 4 down. 56. Bring it. Mike 56. Hey, 0. 12 in orbit. 56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike. Hey, tight. Gotta go, in and out. Let's go.
From the gun, Wilson. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Marcus Davenport, the first rounder out of UTSA with a sack. Now then after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Now Wilson. He finds his man, the tight end Olsen. A nice pickup there, 19 yards. And they're set up better for 3rd. Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 12, 1st down Seahawks.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Check Mike 39.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Dancing to his left. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. Marcus Davenport able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Wilson after the play fake to Carson. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Janoris Jenkins. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
A man who's been busy this afternoon. It's Kamara again. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. Returnable for Lockett. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them.
Hey, alert!
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wilson buying time to his left. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Demario Davis in there with pressure yet again. That is the 7th time that they have dropped him here this afternoon. Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Wilson now operating from the gun. It's caught. Lockett. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. Wilson and the offense not coming off the field. They're going for it on 4th.
56.
They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And this is going to be incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape.
Mike, ready? 95-56, 95-56. Let's get that ball right here.
Toss play, Kamara. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. In on the stop, it was the UCF product, Shaquem Griffin. So this one, a victory here for New Orleans, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger, and dominance is